Hello everyone, thank you so much for joining. Cecilia here, and today I'm going to continue with my small painting series of different Celtic knot designs. So I'm going to show you how to paint a love knot with a compass and a set square. And to be honest, I'm not sure if that is the actual name of that knot. I found some similar designs, but I like that version more. And it kind of makes sense to me because I can see some hearts in there. But I'm really not sure, so if you know the name, please share it in the comments below. I would love to hear. And if you only want to draw the knot, this video is also perfect for you. Just skip the painting part. That being said, let's get right into it. The acrylic colors that we need are white, magenta, and violet. For the oil layer, we use titanium white, cadmium yellow, pale hue, cadmium yellow, magenta, and dioxazine purple. The brushes that we need are filbert brushes for the background, a small round brush, and a tiny brush for the knot. I prepared a 10 by 10 centimeter wood panel, and I already primed it with golden gesso. As always, we quickly paint an underpainting in acrylics, then we draw the knot and continue with oils. We don't need to mix these acrylic colors, only a bit white with magenta. We're going to create a gradient and start with this bright rose color in the middle, transition that into magenta and then violet. This layer doesn't have to be completely opaque because we will paint afterwards with oils. But if you don't want to paint with oils, I'd suggest that you already paint your final background because now we will continue with drawing the knot. For the purpose of this video, I'm going to draw it on paper because it is more visible for you due to the dark background. First, we're going to draw the diagonals of the square, and now we've also got the middle point here. And then we halve the square vertically and horizontally. The square is 10 by 10 centimeters, so the center line is at 5 centimeters. Now we define the size of the knot. I go with 8 centimeters. For that I used a circle with the radius 4 centimeters and marked it here on this vertical midline. Then we construct a circle with the radius 3 centimeters, which is 3/4 of the total size of the knot. And we also draw a second circle which is 2.5 centimeters, like 5/6 of the bigger circle. After that, we create a square in the inner circle and use these intersections here on the midlines as corners. And of course, we gotta define the thickness of our knot, so I go with 6 millimeters and measure that to draw a second square, which obviously is 6 millimeters away from the bigger square. And we also need those thick lines in the middle of the square, so we measure 3 millimeters to each side, draw the lines, and then we have it. Now we will draw these semicircles here, and we could do it by hand, but I like to have the knot as exact as possible. To me, that's aesthetically more appealing, so I show you a way to create it by using the compass. I search for the midpoint here between those 2 points. This line is 2 centimeters, so the midpoint is here, approximately at 1 centimeter. Sometimes we gotta adjust a little bit. Now we need a radius of 1 centimeter, just this line, and draw the outer semicircle. And there are 4 in total. Of course, we also draw the inner semicircle, which is from this point to that one. We take that as radius and position the compass in the same place. Like that. It's pretty small and not that easy to draw, but it works somehow. The next step is about drawing these loops at the top and bottom. Again, for that we use the same radius as before, 1 centimeter. We use this intersection and construct a circle until we meet this circle line. Then we connect these 2 lines by hand, or you can also use the set square, but make sure that you round it off well. And we do the same with the inner circle, but use the smaller radius. And I adjust it a little bit, I think it's too wide here. And yeah, we connect these 2 as well. Last but not least, we're going to draw the other lines here. You can do that by hand or by using the set square, whatever works best for you. Yeah, that's it. Now I will continue with the wood panel. You can see I already prepared it. Before using oils, we fill it out with white and use for that acrylics and the round brush. I use only white in order to keep it simple because I only want to brighten it. Of course, you can add already the colors that you want, but to me it seems easier to mix the color tone afterwards when we paint with oils, because we have to mix the color tones anyways. When the surface is fully dry, I gently erase the lines in the middle. So I did a first oil paint layer and realized then that I don't like the colors at all. That's why I skipped this step and show you with the second layer how to paint it. I like to warm it up a little bit, so the darkest color tone should be purple, not violet. First, let's mix the colors of the background. We're going to use a little bit magenta and add cadmium yellow as well as white. In this way we have a really nice, warm and bright mid-tone color. Then we mix magenta with only white, that is our second mid-tone color. It is more pink than the other one. Additionally, we mix white and cadmium yellow pale hue for the middle. Now there's one color left, a darker one, the purple for the edge. For that we use magenta and add a little bit of dioxazine purple. So we have 4 colors in total, which we're going to blend smoothly. We start in the middle with the brightest color, this light yellow, and paint only a small area, and then we blend it with the orange mid-tone color, and right afterwards with this more pink mid-tone color. And then we transition into purple the closer we get to the edge. This looks quite good. Now we're going to paint the knot. We round off the edges with a darker color, as you can see here with my previous version. And the middle is gonna be brighter. In this way it looks more spatial. I like to use a pretty warm and vibrant color. We're going to mix that first. We can use the leftover background color and remix it. I go with white and this orange mid-tone color and add a little bit more cadmium yellow to it. This is our bright color. For the shadow color, I would use pretty much the same as the dark background color, but brighten it. So we pick a bit of purple and mix it with a bit white, magenta and a tiny bit of cadmium yellow to warm it up. And for the darkest shadow areas, we use the same purple as we did for the background. We put on our bright color first, like this. For that I use a round brush, and we don't have to paint everything like right to the lines because there will be the shades. Now we use the tiny brush and we're going to paint the shadows. First we paint the darkest spots with purple, like all the areas where the lines overlap. Then we use our shadow color and blend gently this bright and dark color. And after that we're going to paint the edges, again to round it off so that they don't look that flat. And it's only a fine line. And we blend them a bit more. I gently touch the surface with the brush and draw kind of a line where these two colors meet. But I barely touch it. It's a really gentle movement. Now I just darken some areas where I feel that it could be a bit darker, for example the edges of the loops at the top and bottom. The last step is about setting the highlights. And we use our bright color here, and I like to add a bit more cadmium yellow pale hue to warm it up a bit more. And we paint a fine line right in the middle, and then with pure white we put on the final glossy spots in the very middle of each section. That's it for today. Thank you so much for watching. I hope this video was helpful to you. Let me know in the comments below if you still have questions and also if you have suggestions for future videos. And if you like that kind of art, stay tuned because I will definitely do some more Celtic knots soon. I wish you a wonderful day and I will see you in my next video.